Hello all, PDR coming back at you here. Sorry about the background noise. We're ready for pull number 2 on this. I got the interior panels taken apart, and I've got enough to get my hand behind there. But I'm just going to give this a nice solid pull right next to that first one. It popped off a little too early. Let me walk in front here, but I'll show you. Reaching behind it with my hand, I can kind of move the metal just with my fingers. So what I'm going to end up doing is getting this brow out a little bit more, and I think I'm going to actually just get it warm, maybe make one more pull, but then start pushing the rest of the dent out manually and normally. And I'll bring you guys back in for the finale / cleanup process on the finish work of the dent. Let me get you to show in here, which is I got that whole thing taken apart. Just pulled that piece of plastic out and it's wide open in there. So yeah, once again, I do appreciate you guys sticking around and watching this really non-existent glue pull. Actually, let's do another one. Let's do another glue pull right here on camera, because it takes about 30-40 seconds for this glue to cool. So let's just put it like that and just get the majority of the meat of that dent right next to the other one. And while I do that, I'm going to heat up this brow, because this tension right here, this is where all the tension is in that dent. And so in the 40 seconds that this thing cools, I'm going to heat this part up. I got to keep it moving all the time. Never let the heat gun stop, even for a second. And I can see, just looking at that thing, that I've got some brows that I can come in on like this. See where it gets tight. But I think what we're going to do is yank on this one right now and show you what this little bit of glue pulling and real time. Oh, see that? I just gave it a nice little tug, and I'm going to secure it a little bit, and I'm going to stop. It's going to want to pop back in. And it's not about just keeping it out. Yeah, I want to kind of secure it, but I don't want to make a big pulled bulge, because obviously this wants to keep that dent in. And that's kind of the key to these glue pulling dents. Let me get my alcohol on it. One of those little pumper spray bottles, and it should just give it a little alcohol and it should pop right off. Well, looks like the tab will come off, and that little piece of glue right there. Just pull that off just with my actual finger alone. I mean, I could always grab my little tool and pop that little glue stuff off, just so you guys can see that none of that glue residue will stay. I'll just wipe that off. But yeah, I think we got a lot more of that dent out. I'll get the rest of this brow out, and then I'll come in really finite with the tools and tool this last little ridge out, or low valley out. And that should actually just, look at that, kind of set that whole line back into place. This thing's gonna look really nice, and I'd never say a dent like this would come out looking brand new. It's just going to look a lot better for what he's getting. Obviously, he's going to need some paint work on the plastic area, but fortunately, he won't need paint work on this area. At least that's the hope. So let's bring you guys back in for the final cleanup on the next video. Sure appreciate you watching this video. Hit that subscribe on the way out. This has been PDR, and I'm out. Peace.